if you had the choice in your next fight to either go up to 154 and fight Crawford, or stay at 147 and continue to collect belts in pursuit of undisputed, what do you prefer?
I'm doing both.
But you only got one choice, the next fight.
Next fight?
If you had to choose between moving up 154 fighting Crawford, or you want to stay at 147 and get the other belts, what would you prefer?
I'm gonna collect the belts to be undisputed at 47, and then go to 54.
So that's your preference.
That's my goal. I'm already here. I got one belt already. It's time to collect the rest of them. You know.
Eddie Hearn has told us. Boots Ennis has told us. Now someone needs to tell Tim Bradley. Boots is not interested in fighting Terence Crawford right now. All this ducking talk that Terence Crawford needs to fight Boots Ennis, all I heard was Terence Crawford does not want to fight Boots Ennis. He's avoiding him. But Boots Ennis wants to fight Crawford. The guy asked Boots Ennis, shout out to YSM Media, he asked Boots Ennis if Turki Al-Sheikh changes his mind about the Canelo fight and wants you to move up to 154 to fight Terence Crawford, would you do it or would you stay at 147? Boots Ennis flat out says, I want to stay at 147, collect all the belts, then I move up. And that's the same thing that Eddie Hearn says. We want to keep him at 147, collect the belts, unify, and get him tested. And we're talking Turki Al-Sheikh money, not PBC Al Heyman money. We're talking Turki Al-Sheikh money, guaranteed money. And Boots still said no. I like Boots Ennis, very talented fighter, but he's using Terence Crawford's name to build his name up. And what I also realized is a lot of fake Boots fans out there. Boots fans that used to be Errol Spence fans. You know, Coach Malachi had a 3-hour show for Boots Ennis, and not one single guy called in, not one single fan called for Boots Ennis. But that is another video. But it's clear to me, and I like Boots Ennis, but he's clout chasing. He has no interest in fighting Terence Crawford right now. He is just bringing up his name.
I definitely want to invoke my mandatory right. It's something I worked for my whole life. The past 3 years. It's, you know, something that's rightfully mine. So, like I said, this was a perfect opportunity for me to come up, win another belt. And but I still can make 168 easy, so we're still looking to come down to 168.
Do you feel like
that statement was made from David Benavidez on June 15th? A month later, the WBC grants him another week to decide his fate. Boxing fans like myself are asking, what is the holdup? This is the fight you always wanted. You said money's not an issue. You said Canelo can have the $200 million. I will take the $5 million. The thing is about this whole fishy situation is David Benavidez, his fans, his team have said Canelo's scared of him. They have said Canelo's running from him. But to make those claims to me, you got to enforce your mandatory. And you said it was all about titles, right? If you enforce your mandatory, Canelo drops the belt, you become WBC champion. That's what you wanted, right? Of course not. If that's all he wanted, it'll be done already. It wouldn't take him a month to enforce his mandatory. Because remember, he told us this June 15th. Now it looks like we're not going to know anything till July 20th. That's over a month. Which tells me David Benavidez and his team, if they enforce the mandatory, they don't like the split of the mandatory. I think it's 75-25 in Canelo's favor. So I think they're extending another week, hoping that Canelo will choose to fight him on September. Because in reality, how long can David Benavidez boil down to 168? And if Canelo don't pick him in September, he's got to wait till May. And that's why I said in previous videos, there's a possibility that David Benavidez could get an undisputed title fight at 175 before he gets it at 168. Now, Canelo has not made a decision yet. And you know, sometimes Canelo can surprise us and pick an opponent that we didn't think he would pick. But odds are the opponent is not going to be David Benavidez. What makes this situation so fishy is he talked all that junk June 15th at the press conference, talking about he's going to enforce his mandatory. A month later, we're still waiting for him to enforce his mandatory. I think a lot of fans are not going to believe David Benavidez wants the Canelo fight until he forces mandatory. At least I don't. Anyway, leave your thoughts and comments below. Let me know what you think about David Benavidez' latest extension. JBZ, I'm gone.